Hello, my name is Jimmy and this is the 2020 Mazda Mx-5. If you're looking for a fun sports car, especially one that's convertible, this is it. 7,000 shift. Oh, this thing is so much fun. Just too much fun. As said, this is the car you're looking for if you want a little bit more excitement in your life and you're on a budget, because you can get one of these for like 30 grand. So why not? The Mx-5 is the perfect sports car for people that's on a budget because it's everything that you need. Sure, it doesn't have like 500 horsepower. 181 horse isn't like too little, especially for a car that weighs this much. Weighing in only at 2,350 pounds, it's a featherweight in today's world. This is actually lighter than the last generation. There's not a lot of cars that's lighter than the last generation because every vehicle these days are getting bigger, porkier, and more powerful. I mean, they did make this more powerful, but they also stripped weight out of it. That is definitely cool. Mazda engineers very, very carefully stripped as much weight as they could. I mean, they went from a 5-bolt pattern to a 4-lug just to save weight. That's awesome. I love that about the team at Mazda Engineering because it really shows that they care about the Mx-5. It's not just some car to sell to the mass market, because it's not. The Mx-5 sales doesn't lead the way. The most popular vehicle in Mazda's lineup is the CX-5. That's the car that should get the most attention. Yet, they had to take that extra bolt, that extra lug nut off of each wheel just to save the unsprung weight. I can go on and on about how Mazda engineer really put a lot of effort into this car, but let's just move on. Let's talk about the looks. For 2020, it's nothing new. It looks exactly the same as the 2019 models. You got a really angry front end, and just on the back, lovely styling on the taillights. From the side, it looks good too. It doesn't matter if the roof is on or off, it still looks like a great vehicle. I especially like how the front hood, there's just bulges over the sides to really accentuate the muscle that's underneath, or the little bit of muscle that's underneath. It's like a slim guy, but you know he has some muscles, and with a tight shirt and you can see it. That's a horrible analogy, but that's what it looks like. This is the base model Mx-5 here in Canada. But in Canada, we get 17-inch wheels as standard. The base 16s, you can get that in the US, but not here in Canada. Don't know why, they made it that way, it is what it is. It looks good. I love the contrast as well. Black wheels, red car, and there's also a black A-pillar so that the top is basically blacked out. Looks great. And that beautiful Mazda Soul Red translates to the inside as well because I have them on the door panels here. The only thing is, it's just, like if you put your elbow on this, it's just gonna hurt as it's a little bit harder material. So there is a little bit of armrest lower down, which is padded and nice, and it's a perfect height. But I mean, if you really wanna hang your arm out the window, it's a little bit harder than it should be. In front of me, I have a beautiful 3-spoke steering wheel, typical Mazda steering wheel here, no different than any other vehicle that they have. Behind, a very usable cluster. Mazda, they do a really good job in the interiors. The tech is huge, it's right in the center, exactly where you need it, so you can see exactly what's going on. Off to the side, I do have my speedo on the right and some trip information, temperature, and fuel economy information on the left-hand side. As far as the infotainment is concerned, it's a 7-inch unit, works well. On the base models here in Canada, I still get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. In the US, you have to step up one trim to get that. Below that, I have my manual climate control, no automatic climate control in the base model, and that's totally fine. I can set my temperatures very easily with the knobs that I have here. The only thing that I think is missing that I kind of wish I had is the heated seats. While these seats are just the basic black seats and they're totally fine for what you need, Without the heating option in the wintertime, I just can't drive with the top down. In terms of places to store stuff, it's not too bad. In the center, I have a little cubby here, and then I have a much bigger glove box per se, just right behind the seats. While the two USB ports that are on the vehicle is nice and easy to find, as it's literally right there, the thing that is quite difficult to find is the 12-volt socket. So if you need to plug in, I don't know, cigarette lighter or dash cam, something like that, you have to dig a little bit. It's actually hidden underneath a passenger footwell. All right, that's enough about the interior. That's not what this car is about. It's about driving. So, how does it drive? Well, it's a sports car. It's amazing to drive. It's so much fun on the road. You're able to just start it exactly where you want. The steering is super responsive. You're able to throw this car anywhere. Okay, I'm gonna get sick if I keep doing that, but it's such a good drive. The 2-liter that's under the hood, it makes 181 horsepower and 151 pound-feet of torque. You may say, that's not a lot of power, but because it's not a lot of weight, it doesn't have to have a lot of power, and that's the best part about it. And because it's so lightweight, it's really good on gas as well. In the city, it's rated for 26 miles per gallon, and on the highway, 34. And if you're in Canada like me, you'll understand that it's 9 liters for 100 kilometers in the city and 7 liters on the highway. That's amazing. What other sports car is gonna get you 9 liters in the city and 7 on the highway? There really isn't that many out there. And those fuel economy figures is definitely something you can hit. I've been driving around mostly in the city, and I'm averaging 7.7 right now. 7.7, and I'm having the time of my life. With the convertible top down, you just get so much in this cabin, so you're really able to just absorb everything. If you have never driven a convertible before, you probably don't know what I mean. Just when you get a chance, go and rent one. It's just so much more enjoyable because you got all of this above you. And while you're enjoying all of this, you really don't care about the speed. I mean, it's quick enough. 0 to 60 comes in at 5.7 seconds. It's no slouch. I mean, it's not like an 8-second time to get to 60 miles per hour, but 5.7 isn't super fast when you're comparing to a sports car. But it's not what the MX-5 is about. It's not just straight line acceleration. It's speed in the corners. You're able to have so much fun with this vehicle. It doesn't matter if you're a little bit slower because you got this on your face. You got a big fat smile because it's about fun. You're able to downshift and just rev it out. And it sounds good. It's so enjoyable, this car. Every single time I get behind the wheel on an MX-5, I just remind myself exactly how much fun an MX-5 actually is. Everything is just so well put together. The steering is so direct. The shifter, it's good. It's not like S2000 good. It's a little slicker in the S2000, but this is almost there. It's just a great driving experience. All right, let's pull over here and overview. The MX-5, it's a perfect little sports convertible. It has everything that you need in one. Sure, it's small. You can't really fit a lot. It's made for 2 and that's really it. But even if you're a little bit taller, you can now fit in the MX-5. The steering wheel, it's, well, adjustable, tilt and telescopic. Because before, it was only tilt. Now you got additional room to really fit your needs. Sure, it's still not gonna fit everyone. If you're like 6'6", oh, you can never put that roof on. But if you can fit it, it's perfect. For pricing, it's actually not too expensive. The base model that we have here is 33,000 Canadian. In the US, the base model is 26.5, but some of the options, like I said, are a little different, so it's kind of hard to compare. If you spent $4,000 more, you get that limited slip rear diff, which is nice, the Bilstein dampers, LED running lamps, you get the Bose 9-speaker audio system as well. But personally, I don't think those are the biggest selling features. The base MX-5 is good enough. Unless you're taking it to the track or autocross where you're gonna be hammering your MX-5 around, the base model can't be as much fun as the top trim because the recipe is the exact same. a fun sports convertible. And that's what you get. In any case, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Take care.